Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us for our Tuesday weather update, recorded on October the 3rd. We've got a lot going on over the next few days ahead, and we've just had a lot going on. Classic spring October weather at the moment. Here is the big southerly blast blowing past the eastern side of the North Island. It was affecting Wellington and Wairarapa and more so earlier today. As we go through the afternoon, it moves further to the east. Mahia Peninsula in the thick of it still, and clearly the Chatham Islands in the thick of it. But the darker shading you see out here, that is high pressure and light winds. So as that moves in tonight, that brings a risk of frost. And you see on the outer edges of it, windy northerlies, that's coming out of Australia, warmer airflow there. So cold, frosty, warmer. Let's have a look at the winds from earlier today. The area in purple indicating the strongest gusts, around about 100 to 110. That's out at sea too, so worse when it comes over the hills and ranges. So that big strong wind blowing right into Wanganui as well. I hear it was cold and windy there this morning, but the good news is the calmer conditions out here, they are moving across the country, including into Auckland, where it has been very windy for the last week. Now, tonight's weather and tomorrow's weather is kind of interesting. Tonight, cold with that high coming in, frosty weather in the purple, so you can see frosts around the country, especially into the North Island interior, and the blue means somewhat of a risk. So that goes up into Waikato and into kiwifruit country. Then you go over to the afternoon and it's the other direction. The departure from normal shows a big chunk of the South Island, 8 to 12 degrees warmer than it should be as that nor'wester kicks in. Daytime highs back up into the 20s for some of you. All right, so Wednesday's setup looks like this. There is the high, there is the warm wind that's coming in over the South Island and will lift temperatures for those of you in the east. Got a storm out here over Australia. We've got a special video about that if you want to read more, see more about that. We've got a video out today about the wet weather for eastern and southeastern Australia. But that system is going to drop down into the Southern Ocean and not directly affect New Zealand thanks to this big high. So Thursday is a settled day across the country, and again, might be some frost risks around the central part of the North Island. Winds are light, although there's a slight west to northwesterly building in the lower South Island because this stormy system from Australia is about to drop by, and it does that on Friday. So that is the center of that storm, and so the big strong winds on the outer edges of it move in and enhanced by our mountains and ranges. So severe gales are possible on Friday, along with heavy rain on the west coast. Strong winds, not that they're really disappearing much this week in Wellington, but they come back. We had a lot of complaints from Wellington this year about the lack of wind. So hopefully now you're all very happy because back to normal again with the gale force winds. Calmest, driest weather will be the top of the country as we end this week, and it should be very pleasant for eastern areas on Friday. So the weekend is a little bit unsettled. We've got rain and colder air. That blue line is a sign of the southerly coming up, taking a bite out of the atmosphere, making it colder. So there'll be some snow showers around the mountains and ranges for you on Saturday. But the low itself that produced the cold front, well, that's gone. It's off the screen now. So the cold front up here has detached from the energy maker. So this is likely to crumble and fall apart. But because there's a mix of cold and warm on that side, cold on that side, there may be a few thunderstorms or squally sort of heavy showers around on Saturday and again on Sunday. Sunday is probably a good day to be, inside watching Bathurst for the whole day because it's a bit rubbish, the weather for many places. The best weather in the country will be in the central part of the South Island from Hokitika over to Christchurch. Good weather through that part there, at least at lunchtime on Sunday. Anyway, that is all from me. Don't forget today we've also got a special video on the Australia rain coming in for Victoria, ACT and for New South Wales. And then we've got another video as well, our usual Tuesday weekly outlook for the Pacific Islands. So both of those videos out today. Please keep an eye out for them. Otherwise, I'll see you again tomorrow, Wednesday, with our next update.